Hey TPT sellers, this video is for those of us who used to make good money on TPT, but now we're not. Sales are going down, you've tried a bunch of things, you're getting frustrated because things aren't working. I've analyzed hundreds of products, and there are really only two reasons why sales go down. Either one, you have a page view problem, or two, you have a conversion rate problem. A page view problem means people aren't looking at your product. A conversion rate problem means people are looking at your product, but they don't buy. The fixes are different. If you try the wrong fix, you don't solve the root problem. It's like driving and your car slows down so you pull over. Fixing a tire won't help if the engine is the problem. Back in TPT land, this means fixing your preview won't help if you have a page view problem because no one sees your preview unless they're already on your product page. There is one exception to that, and if you know what it is, can you leave a comment? Hi, my name is Mike Fuchigami, and I'm the host of the SEOtpreneur YouTube community. This video is for TPT sellers who have at least a year of data because we're going to compare this year to last year. We're going to use the TPT Seller Dashboard to do three things. First, I'll show you how to bring back the percentage change number when you compare your data to last year. Second, we'll find which resources are underperforming the most. And finally, we'll look at our worst underperforming resource and decide if the problem is a page view problem or a conversion rate problem. Make sure to watch to the end because I have a free interactive diagnostic tool that shows you what to do next. Right now, at the end of September 2025, when you go to your TPT Seller Dashboard, you can see earnings for this month, but it no longer shows a comparison with last year. Click Comparison Period, and you'll see a few choices. One is Previous Year by date. Another is Previous Year by weekday. If you click Previous Year by date, make sure you click Apply so the chart updates. Here's the problem. The dashboard shows month to date for this year. That means September 1st to today. But it compares that to all of September last year. That means September 1st to October 1st last year. The system doesn't show the percent change unless both sides cover around the same number of days. When it says by date, it lines up September 1st this year with September 1st last year. If I click Previous Year by weekday and then click Apply, it shows September 2nd last year. Why September 2nd instead of September 1st? Because it's lining up the day of the week. September 1st this year was a Monday. September 1st last year was a Sunday. If you want Monday to Monday, then you have to compare Monday, September 1st this year with Monday, September 2nd last year. This matters because sales change by weekday. Fridays and Saturdays tend to be quiet. Sundays might be busy in September, but quiet in summer. So the first thing we need is the missing year-over-year percent. Instead of previous year, use a custom range. I'm going to refresh the page to start fresh. Click Comparison Period. Click Custom Range. Today is Thursday, September 25th, 2025, and I want to match Thursday to Thursday. So I'm going to select September 2nd to September 26th last year. Click Save so it remembers your dates. Click Apply. Now I can see I'm down compared to this time last year. Lining up calendar dates can be tricky. That's okay. TPT now gives us a faster way to see how our store is doing. I'm going to reload the TPT Seller Dashboard to start fresh. First, I click Comparison Period and choose Previous Year by weekday. Now click Date Range. Scroll down and click Last 365 Days. Click Save. Click Apply. Now I can see how my store did compared to the previous year. What about a more recent view? Click Date Range, choose Last 30 Days, click Save, click Apply. Now I can see the last 30 days compared to last year. Why is last 30 days helpful? At the start of a month, you only have a few days of data. The numbers can swing a lot if you make a couple of sales. The last 30 days is a rolling window that always shows the same amount of time. You get a steady view with fewer false alarms. How about right now? Click Date Range, choose Last 7 days, click Save, click Apply. Now I can see the last week. If I'm down a lot, that's a warning sign. I'm not heading in the right direction. The problem right now is we've only looked at the entire store. We still don't know which products are pulling the numbers down. Let's use our TPT Seller dashboard to figure out exactly which products are underperforming. We're going to jot some numbers down. I made a free Google Docs template to make this easier. Click the link in the video description so you can follow along. Being a teacherpreneur means we tinker and we test until we figure out what works. The template helps us make data-informed decisions and keep track of what we do and why. First, I'm going to the TPT Seller dashboard. I'll refresh the page to start fresh. I'm going to change the date range to last 30 days. I'm also going to turn off Include Today. You can keep it on or off. Just be consistent. If you include today, your numbers won't include all of today's sales because the day isn't done. If you keep it off, you're looking at yesterday and the 30 days before it. Yesterday was a full sales day. Either way, click Save to lock in your dates. I'm going to change the comparison period to previous year by weekday. Then I'll click Apply to update the chart. I'm going to copy the dates and earnings for this year and last year and paste them into my Google Doc. This helps me see the exact dates I need to look up. I'll triple click to select this year's date range. Let's copy that, Control C, and paste it in the table under earnings this year, Control V. Now I'll go back to the seller dashboard. I'll click the drop down menu under products. Here are my top earning products for the last 30 days this year. Let's grab a screenshot of these products. On a Windows device, press Windows logo key and Shift and S to use the snipping tool. Control V, paste the screenshot in the table under earnings this year. Now we need the list of products for the last 30 days last year. In our Google Doc, triple click last year's date range. Press Control C to copy it, paste it in the table under earnings last year, Control V. I'm going to the TPT Seller dashboard. I'll change the comparison period to no comparison to make things less confusing. Under date range, select last year's dates. Make sure you click Save or it won't remember the dates. Now click Apply to update the chart. Click the products drop down and take a screenshot of the product list. Paste that screenshot in the earnings last year table on the left. In Google Docs, the numbers can be small. Click the Zoom drop-down and choose Fit to make the page easier to read. I like to jot down the names of my top 5 sellers last year and then check how they're doing this year. Let's do the first one together. My Reading Strategies bundle made more money last year than this year. If I type the math in Google Docs, like 371 minus 1057 equals, and press Tab, Google Docs gives me the answer. In this case, it's minus $686. To figure out the profit or loss, it's always this year minus last year. Do this for your top 5 sellers and figure out which product is leaking the most. My biggest loss is the Reading Strategies bundle. It's down $686 this year. Now that we know which resource is underperforming the most, let's figure out if this problem is a page view problem or a conversion rate problem. In my Google Doc template, there's a separate tab for each product I want to fix. Product 1, Product 2, Product 3. This helps us track the data and our actions on each product. I like to turn off the page layout by going to View and making sure there's no check mark beside Show Print Layout. Let's go to the Product 1 tab. I'll make a quick note that this is my reading bundle. Let's paste in the title of the product and a link to the resource. Let's delete the old cover image and paste in the current cover. I just do that by copying the image from my TPT product. The easiest way to get the snippet for this product is to go to your store and find your product listing. Triple click on the snippet to select it all. Press Control C to copy and then paste it here with Control V. I'll also take a screenshot of my search listing and paste it in. Our search listing plays a huge part in getting organic page views to our product. We'll talk more about this later. Now it's time to see how this product is doing. This template helps us track stats and actions on one product. There's a blank table at the bottom. Let's copy it and paste it at the top so the newest data is always first. Next week, I'll copy the blank table again and paste it on top. That way, the latest results are always at the top. At the top of the table, I'll put in today's date, and I'll also write not including today as a note to myself. I'm going to the TPT Seller dashboard and I'll refresh the page to clear the settings. I'll change the date range to last 30 days and I'll turn off include today. Then I'll click Save and I'll change the comparison period to previous year by weekday. I'll click the products drop down menu and put a check mark beside my Reading Strategies bundle. I'll know I did it right if it says one product at the top. This next part can be a little bit tricky. if the Save button is hidden below the screen. If you scroll inside the dropdown, you'll move up and down inside the product list. What you really want is to move your mouse to the side of the window and scroll the page until you can see the bottom of the dropdown window. Now click Save. The dropdown should say one product instead of entire store. Finally, click Apply to update the chart. Now copy the dates and earnings and paste them in the table under the orange Last 30 Day section under Earnings. Let's get the views data for the last 30 days. Go back to the TPT Seller dashboard, change the metric from Earnings to Views, click Apply to update the data, copy the dates and views, and paste them in the table under the orange Last 30 Days section under Views. Now I'm going to get the views data for the last 7 days. On the TPT Seller dashboard, change the date range from last 30 days to last 7 days. Click Save, click Apply to update the charts, copy the dates and views, and paste them in the table under the blue Last 7 Days section under Views. Finally, go back to the TPT Seller dashboard and change the metric from Views back to Earnings. Click Apply to update the data, copy the dates and earnings one last time, paste them in the table under the blue Last 7 Days section under Earnings. All right. Let's do some analysis. Look at the year-over-year percentage change for views over the last 30 days. If that percent is red, your views are down compared to last year. That means you have a page view problem. Fewer people are looking at your product page, and that can lead to fewer sales. In the table, put a check mark beside low page views. Now compare your year-over-year percent change for earnings versus views over the last 30 days. If your views are down a lot, you would expect earnings to be down by about the same percentage. If earnings are not down as much as views, your conversion rate might be improving. If earnings are down more than views, your conversion rate might be getting worse compared to last year. Let's check the last 7 days. If the page views year-over-year percent is red, you still have a page view problem. If earnings are down more than views, conversion rate is getting worse. If earnings are down less than views, conversion rate is getting better. Make sure to also compare your earnings percentage between the last 30 days and the last 7 days. Use both timeframes to see if things are improving or slipping. Now ask yourself, what's changed since last year? For me, last September, I ran TPT ads for this reading bundle every day. This September, I only got ads on Friday and Saturday, which are usually slow days. So my page views took a huge hit. Let's jot that down in the thought section. When I pasted in the cover and the snippet, I noticed I'm still talking about back to school pain points. It's the end of September. That's probably not as effective right now. Also, I don't know if I'm on page 1 for my keywords. I should do some keyword research to see where I can rank on page 1. What action items can I try to get more page views? I'm not running TPT ads this month, so I could try to replace that with traffic from Facebook ads. I should also do keyword research to get more organic TPT search traffic. That might mean changing the title, and I probably need to redo the product cover. Maybe shouting out the pain point isn't as effective right now. I should remove back to school pain points from the description. But I'm missing a key piece here. I brainstormed actions to increase page views, but how do I know which actions raise page views and which ones raise conversion rate? I don't want to change the tire if the problem is the engine. At the start, I mentioned a free interactive diagnostic tool that shows you what to do next. The link is in the video description. If you have a page view problem, click the red post-it note. Low page views usually means you don't show up in TPT search, or you show up but your listing isn't as attractive as your competitors, so it doesn't get clicks. If you don't show up on page 1 yet, there's a tutorial here on how to do keyword research. If you do show up in TPT search, then you need to fix your cover, your title, or your snippet to get a better click-through rate. Clicking those options will show you what to do next. If you have a conversion problem and people check out your product but they don't buy, then you need to increase the perceived value of your resource. You do this by fixing things on the product page like the thumbnails, the description, or the preview. Right now, I'm teaching a bootcamp where we go through each step in detail. If you want me to walk you through how to fix each step, join the pro community for unlimited bootcamps. We've covered a lot. Now you know where to look. You can bring back the missing percentage change in the TPT dashboard. You know how to look at your last 30 days of data. You can use the free Google Doc template to figure out if you have a page view problem or a conversion problem. Once you identify the problem, go to the free interactive diagnostic tool to see what to do next. Then try to fix your product. Come back in a week and see the change. Use the Google Doc template again and compare the last 30 days with the last 7 days. Did things get better or worse? If they got better, do more of what works. If things got worse, try something else. If this helped, can you please share it with another TPT seller? Posting this video in TPT land helps the community to grow, which encourages me to make more content like this, which helps you. So it's win-win. See you next time. Bye for now.